Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share with a friend. It helps us out a lot, and we are trying to get to 100 subscribers. Thank you for that. So like I said, this article is coming from World of Real, and it states, Captain America Brave New World bombs at test screening. Now, before I get into this article, we've talked about this new Captain America film. We've talked about the huge budget for it. We've talked about the extensive reshoots, and we've talked about it failing in test screenings before. That's why they went into reshooting the film so much and changing up the script and the direction of the film. So to see it do bad at test screenings again, this is not a good sign for Marvel. Let's read into it. It's been 6 years since Steve Rogers handed over Captain America reigns to Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon. In Avengers Endgame, Wilson, played by Anthony Mackie, will be the lead of Julius Onah's Captain America Brave New World. A trailer was released in the summer. 2 different cuts of the film test screened last week, and plot details for one of the cuts have leaked online. The person who attended didn't seem to like the movie all that much. Based on the folks I've spoken to, those who attended were either given a red or a green bracelet and were split up into 2 different theaters. The reactions I've heard have not been very kind to this movie, which is being described as an inessential and flat film. You can read the leaked plot points above, or if you don't want things to get spoiled for you, here's the official synopsis that was unveiled in July. So this is going to run through a couple things here. After meeting with newly elected U.S. President Thaddeus Ross, played by Harrison Ford in his Marvel Cinematic Universe debut, Sam finds himself in the middle of an international incident. He must discover the reason behind a nefarious global plot before the true mastermind has the entire world seeing red. Reshoots on Brave New World happened in August. This could explain why 2 different cuts were shown. Last year, after receiving negative test scores in another screening and Marvel themselves underwhelmed by an early cut they saw of the film, Brave New World was delayed to February 2025. Extensive reshoots were called, with 3 major action sequences having been filmed between May and August 2024 in Atlanta, Georgia. Brave New World had originally wrapped filming in June 2023 and was set for July 2024 release date, but it's now turned into this monstrous mess for Marvel. You just don't push a movie this big out of your calendar and then decide to dump it in February unless major trouble is brewing. Last December, Matthew Orton was hired by Marvel to pen additional scenes and material. Orton's work was shot during this summer's reshoots. They've also added new characters to the story. Will audiences even show up to a Captain America movie that doesn't star Chris Evans? Brave New World, which is said to have an epic $350 million budget, stars Mackie, Liv Tyler, Harrison Ford, Shira Haas, and Tim Blake Nelson, and is set to be released in theaters on February 14th, 2025. I believe that's Valentine's Day. So, yep, that's going to be pretty interesting. The article really covered a lot of things I even said before I got into the article. Like I said, guys, we've reported on this movie before. This movie's not going to do well. It costs $350 to $400 million. If you add in marketing, it's probably something like $450 million for this movie. It's basically like they shot 2 different movies, then cut them all up and threw it together to make it one film. So that's why it's really so expensive. As you can see here, multiple reshoots, multiple rewrites. They're adding in new characters. We'll see if any of it is lore accurate, but it's going to be very interesting to see how this film performs. The fact that it's coming out in February tells me a lot as well. You would think for a big summer blockbuster, especially a comic book film movie, you'd want to throw that out sometime in the summer to try to get as many people in the theater as possible, but they're putting it out in February, which tells me they don't have much confidence in it. And I'm sure after these test screenings went through their paces, they figured out, you know what, this movie's not going to do well. It's just going to be a tax loss, tax write-off. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it does perform overall. The first film that I'm somewhat excited for this new phase of Marvel films is going to be the Fantastic Four. So that's what I'm going to wait to see. But yeah, Brave New World looks like a great stream. I see they're trying to hook people in with the Red Hulk spin. They usually try to do that. It's a marketing ploy. I've heard things about the Red Hulk not being in the movie as much as people think, but they are using that to market this film. So we'll just have to see what happens. Let me know down in the comments, are you going to be watching this new Captain America in February of next year? Let me know what you thought about this article. Let me know what you think about the reshoots and the big bloated budget of this film. Remember, $350 million to make this movie. Let me know what you think about all those things down in the comments. Like, subscribe, share with a friend, ring the bell for notifications, and as always, be safe. It's Neff signing off.